everybody. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. And I'm here to do another unboxing. Last week we unboxed some Misfit Market produce. And if you watch that video, if you go back, and it'll be under videos, either under Plant-Based Instant Pot or Healthy Slow Cooking, there's a discount code that's good for 30% off a Misfit Market box, your first box. And so I'd love it if you wanted to purchase through there. That's only good through the end of October 31st, which is Thursday. So we've got a couple of days. Today, however, what we're going to do is we're going to unbox something else because it was a lot of fun. This one is a smaller box, but what it is, it's actually called Nourish Box, which is really cool. This is the paper from inside of it, because I peeked and I know what's inside. But what makes me really excited, Christopher from Nourish Box sent me this to look at. We're going to be looking at September's box, and one of the things he told me is that to get November's box, you need to order by the end of October, which again would be this Thursday at midnight. So there's all these little time constraints. So I apologize for that. But what happens is most subscription boxes, if you haven't gotten one, is something you receive periodically, either every month or every other month, depending on the subscription, with surprises inside that actually fit a theme of what you want. So there's lots of vegan boxes and like cruelty-free vegan makeup boxes and things like that, but I haven't seen a whole lot, if any, in the whole food plant-based space. So that made me really excited to try this one. So I hope you're as excited as I am. I'm going to turn the overhead over, and this was my doing. This was perfectly fine, and I dropped some water on it this morning. Dun, dun, dun. And we have purple paper. Yay! So it looks really nice and cool. And these are some of my very, very favorite beans, the Good Mother Stallard beans. And in fact, on healthyslowcooking.com, I already have a recipe for these. So these are non-GMO ingredients, 2018 crop. And so that's really cool right there. Just the fact that they're letting you know when the crop was, and you have a good idea, a better idea of how long these beans are going to take to cook. And I think that's pretty cool. I have not used anything from Chili Smith Family Foods yet. They're from Carmichael, California, which is kind of cool. And it's chilismith.com if we want to look at some more information. It also has some information about this. It says, these plump round beans have amazing cooking aroma and incredible flavor, and I can vouch for that. They're a great source of protein and fiber and can be added to salads, soups, or standalone. And I will say that I really like my Mother Stallard beans cooked mostly with just like a little bit of onion and garlic or something like that. It makes this really great broth. And they give you some cooking instructions for the stove. Oh, and for pressure cooking. So that's pretty cool right there. And Good Mother Stallard beans are kind of hard to find. So let me know if you guys have tried them before. So we've got these, and these are usually typically fairly expensive, I have to say. So next, we have some organic black barley. I don't know if you guys can see that up close. I've actually never had black barley. Now, I will say it is not gluten-free. There's nothing wrong with that, and most people can eat gluten. I will also say it's organic, and it's marked non-GMO again. It's kosher and organic. And this is from Woodland Foods. And let's see what they've been talking about. They're a trading company, and I'm trying to see if I can tell where these are from. And I'm not really sure. but I could have prepared for that. It doesn't really matter where it's from either. But it's ingredients grown on family farms. We work directly with those farmers to bring you wonderful food with no GMOs, artificial additives, colors, or ingredients. And you know what this would be beautiful in would be like some split pea barley soup or mushroom barley soup. Especially the split pea, to have this darker color barley, I think would be really cool. Trying to see if there's anything in the notes. Black barley is native to Ethiopia, and that's something I didn't know. Ooh, listen to this. It's the only grain that can go from field to table without being processed due to its edible hull. So black barley is different than regular or pearled barley. So I learned something, did you? And so the dark hull is high in disease-fighting antioxidants, and that usually goes with anything that has a darker color like forbidden rice, red rice, and other grains like that. So they're saying to use it in soups, a breakfast cereal, or a risotto. I do have a barley risotto recipe for the slow cooker on healthyslowcooking.com, and this would be great. One of the reasons I like to use barley in these, and it's risotto with the quotes around it, because it's not using risotto rice, is because this doesn't cook, barley doesn't cook down the same way, so you can actually leave it in the slow cooker all day while you're away. Okay, we'll go for this one next. Mustard, the ultimate condiment that every whole food plant-based person needs. And look at this, this is not always easy to find, no salt added. And that's pretty awesome. Let's see what other ingredients we have in here. We've got organic grain vinegar, water, organic mustard seeds, and organic spices. It's gluten-free, no salt added, there's no sugar in it, so no oil, of course, so it's SOS free, so that's something cool too. You could, in addition to just like putting it on foods the way it is, you can make like a vinaigrette by putting a little bit of this with some balsamic vinegar or some apple cider vinegar. You can make all different kinds of sauces with this, so that's a really good plus too. Let me see, I should probably have these back here where you can see them. Okay, and this I am more excited about this than I thought I was going to be, the mustard. Okay, now we have snack food. And these are organic beet chips, and they're naked. And it's from Rhythm Superfoods. Now here, these are dried, not fried. And let's take a look at these ingredients. Well, I can memorize that one because it's organic beets. Ta-da! That's the end. It does say may contain cashew, and I would assume because it's a smaller company, I don't know Rhythm Superfoods, but a lot of times when you see may contain and it's an allergen food like dairy, so sometimes it'll say it's vegan but it may contain dairy, right? What that means is it's a smaller company that rents space or time in a factory, and so in between the different smaller companies using it, they clean it, and they have really stringent standards for that. But with allergens, they're still going to put it on there in case you're a person who smells cashews and you're going to have an allergic reaction, or if you have an extreme allergy, it's important to know those things. So, but there are no cashews in the product. What that means is if there was a microscopic piece of cashew that they weren't able to get and test off of there, it could perhaps be there. So, and these are gluten-free, vegan. I think that's the kosher sign. It's a U. I know there's a bunch of different kosher signs. So this is the, and I'll show them to you. How about that? So if you are looking for them, you know, right? So those are some of those. The non-GMO and the organic. Now also let's look. This one serving is this whole package, and it's 150 calories, no fat, Sodium is 130 milligrams, and that's just going to be what naturally occurs in the beet itself. Just like the total sugars are 18 grams, that's not added sugar, that's just that beets have sugar in them. That's why there's some sugar that's just made from beets. So I think what we need to do is we need to open this, and we need to look at these, because we can't just see. They smell really good. Here, let me give you an overhead, and then we'll... Oh. There we go. You guys can't see that. So, let me do... Just give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I had a little bit of technical difficulty. It's still got a really nice red color to it. It's got some crispness to it. Hopefully you guys, I'm trying to make it loud so you guys can hear it. It's really crunchy. And it has that really nice, I love beets. To me, this isn't an overly earthy taste. It's almost closer to like pickled beets. I find some of the earthiness is taken down with the vinegar. And you know what this would be awesome on, because sometimes in a whole food plant-based diet you have to really think about where you're going to get your crunches from that aren't just, you know, raw carrots and things like this. This would be good like broken up on top of a soup instead of croutons. Same thing with salads. Of course, I'd be happy just eating them like this. You could use them to put in a dip of some sort as well. And don't forget, Halloween's coming up, and on healthyslowcooking.com I have 3 spooky dips, and those would all go pretty well on here. And Cheryl is saying Manitou Trading is in, this is so not helpful, Waukegan, Illinois. Waukegan. We all know I'm not great with pronouncing things from not ever hearing them. Let me get a bowl and let's pour up and see just how many is in this 150 calorie serving. Okay, that's a pretty good size. Now this is one of those things that keeps things dry. You'll find them like in rice crackers, or if you get some seaweed chips or something like that. Also in vitamins. You don't want to eat it because it's not supposed to be eaten. But what it does is it sucks in the moisture so it keeps these crispy. And what I do is I save these, and then when I make my own beet powder, or tomato powder, or jalapeno powder, I stick this in the jar, and that helps it keep from getting super icky. I live in North Carolina, it's super humid, so that's one of the things that happens there. Okay, we have one more thing, and this one is what I'm most excited to open, honestly. And so it's from Urban Leaf, and it's Grow Your Own Exotic Basils. There's Thai basil, purple basil, and lime basil. It's a window garden kit. So let's see what we got here. It's really pretty packaging. Ooh, this is super cool, you guys. This is very different than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so we've got these 3 things here. And let's get more of the instructions and things out. Okay, so I'm assuming before we look at these, this is the germination sticker. We remove these when they're sprouted. So I'm assuming, because I've done some seed kits before, is that we're going to put some seeds in there and put this on top. But we're going to find out. It has really beautiful labels for the different basil. Also, it's ahead of me. I was thinking I could reuse this after the basil was sprouted, and it gives me an extra one. And here are our seeds. There's probably a good 1/4 teaspoon of seeds in each of these. I don't think you can really see them, but there's definitely a line all across the bottom, so there's more seeds than I thought there would be. Okay, so, whoa. You fill a bottle to the top with room temperature drinking water. Then you put this in the bottle. That's going to look really pretty, and actually, I'm going to see if it'll fit in these bottles that I have over here, because I have some really cool bottles off camera, because I didn't open that ahead of time like I probably should have. But, so I'm reaching over to possibly get dusty bottles. These may not be tall enough, but they're pretty, so it won't hurt to see them anyhow. And if it doesn't work with these, I think this would easily work in a wine bottle or something like that. So I have these little bottles that are super cute. They just stack up like this. And because of this insert in here, I'm thinking it might be, oh, yeah, it's not quite long enough. But this one is a little bit longer. Okay. So we would want to get a bottle where it would come all the way up to here. And we're going to fill that with water. We'd fill this with water mostly, put this in and insert it over the sink. It says some water will overflow. That's why you're at the sink. Then we're going to plant some seeds, and there's planting information on the seed sachet, which is a very fancy word for seed packet. And basically, are all these saying kind of, yeah, because they're all basil, they all pretty much have the same instructions. All of them need about 6 hours of direct sunlight, 3 to 5 seeds on the soil surface. And so again, this would be the soil surface. We just put those in. And then once we put the seeds in there, we're going to use one of these covers. And what that's going to do, because we're pretending this is completely covered in the bottle, is that will help keep the moisture in and help it germinate faster. So, and then you're going to place it in a well-lit spot. As soon as it starts to sprout, you're going to take that top off so that it can grow up. They say you can use a grow light or put it in a well-lit spot. And to refill, you will lift the garden out, well, the water levels, let's do that. So we want to keep water in there, and what's going to happen as these things grow, roots are going to come out of the bottom, right? So it's okay if the water is here and not all the way up the whole time, but you want to make sure the roots are in there and that you're not forgetting to give it any water. And so then it's saying to refill, you just lift the garden out, leave the roots hanging inside the bottle. Oh, refilling the water. Top up to 80% full and gently reinsert garden. I'm wondering if these little guys, we probably have something we could get to replace them, to refill again if we can't use this exactly. And I'm going to get this stuff started, so we will look at this another time and we'll check back on it. But I love things like grow kits. Like, so for me, this kit is really interesting, this box, because I've got a snack or something fun that fits in my diet plan and is whole food plant-based. I don't have to worry about it. Doesn't have weird ingredients or a lot of oil that I can add to a salad, put on soups, or just have as a snack. We've got super fancy heirloom beans, which you guys know I'm so into. I wrote a whole book, The Great Vegan Bean Book, because I love beans so much. And I love trying different whole grains. So this black barley, even though I'm not supposed to eat gluten, I may just make some and taste it so I can give you a little bit of an idea. I don't have celiac disease or anything. It just makes me not, gluten doesn't agree with me very well. Do you guys have any questions about this box? So again, you can go to nourishbox.com, and the box costs, let me go back here and look, it's $45 per month plus $5 shipping. And I would say if we got these from Rancho Gordo, they'd probably be $8 or $9. This is a pound, almost a pound of specialty grains, so that could be as much as $8 or $9 easy. I would think this kit would probably be $15 to $20 easy. The mustard, I would guess $4 or $5. The chips, I would guess $4 or $5. So I feel like you're getting your money's worth with this, and you're getting to try some things that you wouldn't normally try. So again, to get November's box, you need to order by the end of October or this Thursday. And if you use the code Kathy Hester, KATHYHESTER, all one word, no space, you'll get $5 off. So that way you can try your first box and see how it goes. I do believe that Christopher is going to be sending me the October box, so I'll probably soon, so I'll do another unboxing. This was the September box that he sent me, but I was traveling pretty much all month, so I didn't get to open it until now. If you have any questions, please just leave it underneath the video. I'd love to answer anything. If there's something you need to see that I didn't show you, I'd be happy to make another little video. So you guys have a great night, make something yummy for dinner, and tell me all about it.